Hello and welcome to Dalby Forest, home of the 2011 World Cup and home today of the 2024 British Cycling National Championships. We had the short track on Friday night and we've got the Olympic race today. Who's going to take the jerseys? Let's find out. So as we said earlier, previously a World Cup course in 2011, it's an absolute banger. We have three key sections: Medusa's Drop and Warrior Gill, the two big AB lines with the long climb to really challenge the riders on the physical capacity. A really good course that was popular with the riders, fast and flowing and critical to carry speed throughout to manage your effort. So into the Under-23 Open, a rapid start. Simon Wiley getting away with a great start, but Max Greensill actually taking the lead down this first descent and establishing a bit of a gap of about 10 seconds over Simon Wiley, as you can see coming through there. Still looking good, very much in contention. Jack G leading the racing group there with Billy Reid in hot pursuit, dropping onto fire. Max Greensill making it easy looking going down Medusas. And we got Sam Chisholm and Billy Reid also getting down there clean as well. That flat turn at the bottom proving quite tricky, but everyone nailing it really well. Max Greensill now cracking on. Simon Wiley still in second place though, chasing on. Billy Reid hanging on to third, but Sam Chisholm in hot pursuit. So here we see Max dropping into Warrior Gill, carrying speed really well through the A-line and up out the other side. It's this smooth and efficient riding that is really important on a course like this. Here we see Simon and Billy coming in. Billy choosing a slightly different line, but making it work. Perhaps Billy had to get off there because, as you see, Simon's got a bit of a gap as they come back out of the line. But Sam Chisholm is not giving up and he's still very much a part of this race, chasing hard to get back. And see Max still very much in lead with Billy in second, getting past Simon as they come down Medusa. Simon keeping it smooth and controlled though, but Simon putting in a big attack on the long climb to get past Billy. You can see just how steep that climb is with them coming through the senior men's field as well. Max looking smooth over the drop with Billy and Simon going back and forth, getting into Warrior Gill again. How you can see just Max absolute textbook riding down Medusas. Billy Reid back on the pace, but Sam is chasing back on hard. It looks as though Max has got it sewn up though, riding really smooth up that final climb, full gas. And here we see Sam catching up with Simon actually, and they've dropped Billy Reid, who slipped into fourth place. Maybe went a bit too hard, a bit too soon, but it's hard to tell. So Max just bringing it home, keeping it smooth and controlled the whole way. Sam Chisholm up into second with a gap over Simon now. Maybe Simon burnt matches battling with Billy. And here we can see Max winning with a gap of almost 5 minutes, popping a very stylish wheelie over the line, making it look easy, taking the short track win on Friday and then the XCO on Sunday. So double jersey for Max Greensill. And here are your results. So Max Greensill in first place, Sam Chisholm a great ride up into second, and Simon Wiley in third place in your Under-23 Open. So rolling into Under-23 female, another rapid race. Ellen McLean-Howe with a quick start and Anna Flynn in close pursuit. And then we've got Elena McGorham sitting in third place, coming down on the first lap there. All smoothly down Medusas, extending their lead over third place, with Ella just starting to pull away from Anna a little bit as they come over the rock roll. Both riders looking really strong though and carrying the speed well. Ella putting the hammer down as they come out of the Warrior Gill section and starting to pull away from Anna a little bit more, as Anna still puts up a really brave fight, chasing hard in second place, and Eleanor in third with a strong ride too. Ella showing why she's been selected for the Olympics this year, absolutely flying, having a great season and a real hope for Paris. Anna though still riding really well to stay in second place against some fierce competition. Emily Carrick Anderson actually begins to move forwards toward Elena McGorham and becomes a battle for third place. However, Ella rides really strong to take the win by over 5 minutes. So here is your Under-23 female results. Ella McLean-Howe with a commanding win in first place, Anna Flynn second, and Emily Carrick Anderson coming past Elena for third. So into the Senior Open, fast start for James Swadlin, taking early lead, Thomas Main in second and Cameron Orr in third place. This trio get an early lead and all down Medusas safely, but as you can see, Jason Buttel is chasing back in fourth place. Now Thomas Main and Cameron Orr get a bit of a gap on Jason and James in the first lap, but it's still very much anyone's race at this stage as they come into the second lap into the Warrior Gill section. You see Thomas has gotten around Cameron and is in first place, with Jason getting past James Swadlin and putting in a bit of an attack. So here's a good shot of Warrior Gill. Riders opting to take the B line here, which is interesting. Some preferring the A, some preferring the B. Here they obviously think the B is working a bit better because it gives you a shallower entry and exit, wherever James, we can see riding the A, carrying a bit more speed, but maybe burning some matches to get out. Cameron now puts a bit of a dig in and drops Thomas Main, who drops to second. Now we can see Jason Buttel, Ben Wadey and Lewis Martin all together fighting for third and fourth. Cameron Orr had a big gap at this point, with Thomas riding really well in second, but it was actually the battle for third that was heating up. So as we can see, Jason Buttel, Ben Wadey and Lewis Martin all pushing really hard. Here's Cameron riding the Medusa's line, making it look easy, going nice and straight, modulating his braking really well, still on that high line. And Ben Wadey has got up to third ahead of Jason, and Lewis Martin coming through in fourth. Jason still very much in contention in fifth, though is hotting up towards the end of the race for that third place on the podium. Cameron Orr really pushing on, with Thomas May still having a phenomenal race, but Cameron just can't be matched. Ben Wadey makes a bit of a dig and gets a gap over Lewis Martin as we draw in towards the end of the race. Cameron Orr, though, was not being caught at any time, continued to push despite the commanding lead, using his energy widely on this course, really carrying speed on the flatter sections, as well as then being able to push up those big climbs. And here is Cameron winning by over 3 minutes, which is incredible victory margin at the elite level. He'll be really pleased with this because he had a rough start to the year with a really nasty thumb injury that he now seems to be fully recovering from, and he's flying both domestically and on the World Cups as well. So looking at the results, first place Cameron Orr, second place Thomas Main, and an incredible ride by Ben Wadey to get up into third place, rounding out your senior open podium. So senior female, hotly anticipated race. Grace English with a great start, leading out Annie last in close second on the first lap. This pair get away with an early lead. Amy Henshaw, though, the Torque rider, riding well in third place. You can see Grace had a little bit of a bandage on her knee from a crash in practice, but seems to have recovered well from it. However, Annie gets away from Grace as they enter the Warrior Gill section, choosing that B line over the A line, whereas Grace got a bit stuck and had to get off her bike, as you can see, and he was able to carry more speed through that section, even though the B's a little bit longer. Grace did not give up the fight, though, as she was pushing on, hanging on to Annie up that long climb. Annie, though, soon got back on the power and started to gap Grace as they progressed through the race. The same positions were held for the rest of the race. Annie, having won the short track on Friday night, is looking in incredible form this year and is carrying it well into the XCO. Grace English still in second place. Amy Henshaw putting in a really strong ride too. And here comes Annie rolling through to take the win. The same positions remain for the rest of the race, as you can see. So Annie last, winning by over 4 minutes, and Grace in second place, who was 5 minutes ahead of Amy. So not a very close race, but a really strong race for all the ladies. So the Junior Open race, a fast start, as you can see them all getting away nice and cleanly, no incidents. So we see Ben Allen, Freya Dixon and Alex Hart with an early lead, and then Declan and we have Ben Coppola coming in with Max Standen as well, chasing them down. They all come in to reduce us nice and smoothly. Ben Coppola pushing his way up through, using that A-line, making it work. Some riders choosing to take the B on the first lap, playing it safe and perhaps trying to avoid any traffic or if there's an incident in front of them. Everyone's still really pushing hard here. We see Ben Coppola and Max Standen pushing on, trying to get a bit of a gap and some nice style over the rocks there. And here we see Dec Oldham being chased closely by Ben Coppola. These two riders working really well together, and Max Standen chasing on hard as well. So it was still really tight in this junior men's race. Here, everyone coming down with juices again, weaving really well through. Max taking an inside line over that log there. That was interesting. It's really good to see the riders exploring it, and Max is now pushed through into the lead. Declan Oldham in second place and Ben Coppola in third. So these three riders looking to have a small gap now. Max Standen really pushing on at the front, and Declan Oldham's chains come off. You don't see that very often with modern bikes, with the clutch mechs and things, but seems to get it back on relatively quickly. But Ben Coppola has been distance, it seemed, into third place. Max Standen takes advantage of Declan's chain dropping and pushes on hard up that final climb. Declan Oldham so still has a comfortable gap over Ben in third. Ben putting on a really brave ride, still chasing on, pushing hard, as you can see, up this climb to try and close the gap. However, it was Max Standen who would come and take the win by 50 seconds, so a really good margin. Max has been flying this year in both the National Series and also today to take the jersey. So let's see the results. First place, Max Standen, second place, Declan Oldham, and third place, Ben Coppola, rounding out your junior men's podium. What a race. Now, last but not least, the junior female, an absolutely flying start for Madeline Morehouse-Smith, followed closely by Evie Strachan and Harriet Taylor. So as we can see, Bethany Ann Jackson quickly takes first place ahead of Madeline, and Daisy Taylor moving back into third. Everyone riding really smoothly on this first lap, no incidents, and some small gaps already starting to open up, especially as we head into Medusas. We see Bethany Ann Jackson has a bit of a gap over Madeline, and as we see her coming here up out of Warrygill, riding really smoothly and smart. We see Daisy getting up into second place and Madeline dropping back to third as they come up out of this section, really trying to manage that effort. But Bethany Ann Jackson still pushing on at the front. Daisy in second place, riding the technical features really well. Madeline taking that A line, but however, no one could touch Bethany Ann Jackson with a commanding win of just over 2 minutes. So here are your junior female results. Bethany Ann Jackson taking the win, as we said, Daisy Taylor in second, and Madeline Morehouse Smith in third place. Thanks for tuning in. What a race that was. Be sure to follow XCOMTB.com on YouTube and Instagram to stay up to date with all the national and World Cup racing.